Colon. Welcome to the TRIPELERS channel. Join us as we set off on a once-in-a-lifetime journey around the world. Over the next 133 days, we will visit 4 continents and make 55 stops across 27 countries. The Republic of Panama has around 4.59 million inhabitants. The official language here is Spanish, and the capital city is Panama City. What is really interesting is the currency. Panama officially uses 2 currencies at the same time, the Balboa and the United States dollar, and their exchange rate is fixed at 1-to-1. That was a surprise to us. Have you ever heard of another country doing something like that? Balboa is used mainly as coins, while dollars come both as coins and as banknotes. When we bought drinks and snacks from vending machines and paid in dollars, we received our change partly in dollars and partly in Balboas. The name Balboa comes from the Spanish conquistador Vasco Núñez de Balboa, the explorer, credited with discovering the Pacific Ocean. Good morning, Panama. We woke up super early today because we had an early tour booked. Still half asleep, we slowly walked toward the exit, and surprise, a wall of rain. By the time we, moving in slow motion mode, managed to put on our rain ponchos, the rain stopped. Panama weather, you got us. Looking like budget versions of Harry Potter characters, we walked through a beautiful, duty-free area where you can buy almost anything and hurried toward the bus that was supposed to take us to our first stop of the day. On the way, we got to see Colon outside of the cruise terminal zone. Our guide told us that it is considered one of the most dangerous cities in Panama in terms of crime, and that it is definitely not recommended to walk around there alone. Although Panama as a whole is a mosaic of cultures mostly mestizo citizens, who make up around 51% of the population, along with around 17% indigenous people and a significant Afro-Panamanian community in Colon, the majority is Afro-Panamanian. And you can feel that in the street culture, the energy, the music, and the style of the city. A short while later, we arrived at the spot where we were supposed to begin our river journey. I had imagined exhausting paddling in a kayak, but instead we were greeted by the gentle rumble of a diesel engine. So we did not have to put in any effort at all. We headed out along the Gatun River with guides from the local village. On the way, we could admire endless green jungle, little alligators resting near the banks, sloths chewing leaves somewhere high up in the treetops, beautiful exotic birds, and simply enjoy the moist, clean air, the closeness of the water, and nature all around us, quietly wondering what exactly was waiting for us at the final stop. After around 20 minutes on the boat, we saw the Emberá Quera community, where smiling faces and rhythmic music welcomed us. Just a quick note on logistics. On the left side, there are toilets with sinks where you can freshen up. You also have drinks available from the fridge, and later you will get lunch, which you can actually watch being prepared even before it is served. The first thing you notice when you arrive in Emberá is how calm, healthy, and beautiful the people are. There is no sign of stress, no tense jaws, no rushing, no worry lines on their faces. They seem to live in full harmony with nature, bare feet, open smiles, and a visible love for animals. Since our cameraman is exceptionally stubborn, as you have probably noticed, I was wondering which animal might have cast a curse on him. He claims that a good film requires sacrifice, so he sacrificed himself. Yeah, sure. Camera cleaned, and off we go again. Emberá Quera earns its income mainly through tourism, and the money is shared collectively, covering community costs such as taxes. The land they live on is privately owned by the community. Income from the craft shop is divided fairly. Each family has its own table displaying handmade items, and the earnings from that table go directly to that household. Women weave baskets, while men carve wood. You will also find jewelry. And yes, they even have a card payment terminal, although if possible, they prefer cash. They are active on social media, especially Facebook and Instagram, with one dedicated person managing the accounts. Many tourists discover them online, and they also sell their crafts digitally. Children attend school up to 6th grade directly in the village, and later travel by boat and bus to schools in nearby areas. Education is free. Each Emberá village begins with Emberá, meaning human, followed by their chosen name here, Quera, meaning perfume. They say they named it that because when they settled here, the air smelled beautifully, especially after the rain. The village has a chief, elected every 4 to 5 years. Voting is public. People stand in a line behind their chosen candidate, the longer queue wins. They believe that the soul is always connected to the body, so if someone becomes ill, it means their spirit also needs attention. They treat both body and soul. Almost every adult owns a mobile phone, but they do not always carry it with them, mainly to keep in touch with families still living in Darien. During the visit, guests are invited for traditional lunch served on a banana leaf, fried fish, fried plantain patties, lime, and fruit. It tastes incredible, and the smell of the fire makes it even better. After lunch, there is a performance of traditional dances, and they love to see tourists try as well. There is also a workshop session where you learn how their crafts are made, like the beautifully woven baskets. You can actually see the precision and patience in every detail. Do you enjoy buying handmade items when you travel? There's even something here for aspiring drummers. Another highlight is the walk dedicated to plants and natural medicine. You stroll through the area while listening to stories about healing, uses of local herbs, and beliefs connected to nature and animals living in Emberá Quera often walk along with you. Here is where the Emberá community gets their water from. After a few hours full of impressions, it was time to return to our noisy civilization. The children waved goodbye, and we left by boat quietly thinking about what we had just seen, how different our lifestyles are, and yet how similar in many ways. We truly recommend visiting this community, and if you have already been there, let us know what your experience was like. To balance things out, we then went to see a masterpiece of human engineering, the Panama Canal. The canal was officially opened in 1914, a true historic breakthrough that connected the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, saving ships the long and dangerous route around Cape Horn. Each year, around 13,000 to 14,000 vessels transit the canal. That's roughly 40 ships per day. Depending on the size and type of the vessel, the toll for passing through the canal can vary dramatically. From a few $1,000s for small boats or yachts, up to hundreds of thousands of dollars for large cargo or cruise ships. For example, some of the largest ships pay tolls of around $400,000 or more. Walking alongside huge cargo ships locked in the water chambers, hearing the gates open, seeing water rise and fall by many meters, it's a surreal moment. And it really puts into perspective how incredible this human-made shortcut is. The Panama Canal isn't just a shortcut for ships, it's a lifeline for global trade, a marvel of engineering, and a must-see on any trip to Panama. Since we have a unique chance to cross the Panama Canal on our ship, a dedicated episode about this experience is coming soon. This is the very first time in history that an AIDA ship is passing through the Panama Canal. In that episode, you will also learn why there are two canal routes, the new and the old one, what Panamax class ships actually are, and you will be surprised to hear how much the operators working here earn. See you soon!
TRIPELERS. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to support us and see more quick travel reviews.